The Evergreen Media Network Studio, powered by Scott Tree Services.
This is Martha Matters. From real estate, healthcare, current events, taxes, or just about any topic, we're talking about it. Call us with any questions on just about any subject. Now, here she is, Martha!
Well, hi there and welcome, everyone. We have a real interesting topic this morning. Needless to say, you can't just write down 2 or 3 stocks and start investing. But I'm trying to hit all age groups and even newborn kids. And before I do the 20s and 30s, I just want to say, for those of you who are grandparents, I'm using an example of someone I know up north. She has 5 grandkids. She's a retired school teacher and also, of course, has Social Security. And she says, how much money can I invest and not miss it? So she picked $125 a month, divided among 5 grandkids, is $25 each, went to her stockbroker, and has 5 accounts with the 5 different grandkids' Social Security numbers, and every month, from newborn all the way up to 23 years old, she's adding $25 a month to each one of them. And right now it's only one stock. She thought that they would like to follow it and get educated, so she picked Walt Disney as opposed to ExxonMobil and things that don't interest young kids. And I thought that was quite smart, because on the long term, it isn't the theme parks. Disney does everything from owning TV stations to research to you name it. Their movies are extensive. So they have quite a bit of future ahead of them, and it's certainly not going to disappear in 23 years. The way some small cap stocks may come and go or be bought out. So I thought that was very intelligent what she did as an example. Now, for those of you in the 20s and 30s, and you're paying a down payment on a house, you're paying a mortgage on a house, you want to save money for the kids' education future, not knowing what they're going to do. I know things are rough and you have a lot of things to pay, but if you can put some money aside for your own investment toward your own retirement, and you don't have time to go looking at stocks every single day, and I understand that. You put in not only 8, but probably 12-hour days between overtime and taking care of your kids and checking their homework. There is something you can do. If you can get rid of every paycheck, just even like $25 or $50, and many of the top-notch brokerage firms recommend this too. Simply buy a mutual fund, the Standard & Poor Index Fund 500. Some of them are 500 index funds, and many companies have it. Vanguard does, for example. Dodge & Cox does. And you have the S&P 500 Index Fund. Pick whichever one has the best deal, and by best deal, I mean no load, where you don't have to pay upfront fees. That's what no load means. No upfront fees, and the only time you have a fee is if you sell some, where you're not going to sell this for like 23 years. And believe it or not, when I was in my 20s, I started an S&P 500 index fund. I had it with Vanguard. And to this day, I still have that fund and haven't touched it. It's my security blanket if there's World War III and something falls apart. So I highly recommend something like that. As you get older, it will set you apart from other people. Now, there is one other thing that is very important that young people do, and that is the word hope. They hope things get better. They hope there'll be a bright future. They'll hope they get a nice job with promotions. Hope is an emotion. And what I've got to tell you is eliminate hope and do all the research you can on getting the facts. There is no room for emotion in picking stocks or how you invest or even picking real estate. You have to look at each opportunity and be very unemotional about it. On buying real estate, if there's something you absolutely can't stand that would be very expensive to repair, don't get involved with that. Go on to another place for sale. But you have to figure out if you buy real estate, if you buy stocks, you have to keep emotion out of it. The second rule that I follow is you have to be consistent. Just like the grandmother that I just told you about, she's consistently every month putting the same amount into stocks for her 5 grandkids. And right now, and for at least 10 years, it's going to be nothing but Disney. After that, she may pick another stock to do the same thing with. So that's important. And for all those in their 20s and 30s, because you're building your marriage relationship and trust, or you may be single and looking for someone. You're building your employment, you're looking for promotions, you're learning a lot. Some of your companies even send you to night classes to learn about marketing, to learn about finance, all kinds of opportunities, and I understand. And for those people, yes, rather than not buying anything, not buying investment property like a duplex rental or something, I strongly recommend the 500 index fund. Now let me go on to another class of people, all of those in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. It's never too late to invest, but for them, besides the Standard & Poor fund that I recommended, which is a mutual fund, I strongly recommend individual stocks, but you've got to be very emotional. Like right now, oh, you love Starbucks coffee. On your way to work every day, you buy an $8 cup of coffee. You don't care. It's delicious. You love it. You swear by it. Well, that is wrong, getting emotionally involved when you want to buy a stock. You can buy a small amount of Starbucks, but Starbucks has more than 50% of their income comes from China, and we don't know what's happening in China. It may be good, it may go up like crazy, or it may fall apart. And so when you buy an individual stock, you need to be unemotional, do research, be consistent once you decide on something, and last but not least, you need to do research and stay up to date on things. Like right now, there's a very popular stock, and it's still going up, and that's NVIDIA, which includes technology, it includes chips, and it's going up at the moment. Now, on doing research, which I did on that just a week ago, it seems to have a good upward side yet to come, even though it's gone up quite a bit the last year and a half. There is room for more growth. But you research it, find it out, and so buy a few more shares. And if, like next week from now, let's say that Israel has responded to the Iranian attack and there'll be some more skirmishes, all of a sudden the stock market goes down for a day or two, you don't panic and sell those stocks. The third rule is you've got to stay calm. And most of your investing, even when stocks go up, like NVIDIA, it's like a sawtooth. You all know what a hand saw looks like and when it makes marks in a tree. You go back and forth. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down. But you need to look at the general trend. You stay calm, and if NVIDIA goes down by, let's say, $2 or $6 a share, but you know the future is solid, that's the time to buy a few more shares. And I do that too. And when I say a few more, I'm not loaded with money to spend by a long shot, but 5 shares at a time every time it goes down. And then when it goes up, you add that extra 5 shares at a time to your portfolio.
I have a question, Martha. When you're talking about doing research, when you say do your research, what do you mean exactly by that? What are you going to research, as the person looking for a stock? Years ago, it used to be to stay stable with, the 500, the Fortune 500 ones.
Yeah.
Now, not so much anymore. So what kind of research should the people do? Do we have time for that,
Yes.
with the age bracket?
Well, very, very honestly, the only research I do are twofold. One is on Google. I'll look up one stock on Google and just put that stock and /history/forecast.
Okay.
And Google will give you a lot of information. The second thing that I recommend, and don't go crazy, it's wasting too much money, but one magazine that you really like Forbes, Forbes, Forbes. There are many magazines that your your stockbroker would recommend, and many of them may even give you a free magazine. So don't turn magazines down when it comes to finance. A lot of them have very, very good information for you. Those are really the two topics where I do my research. The other is, if you can't get something good that you feel good about, call your broker and ask if he has inside information. But you've got to have a broker who is really, really 100% fiduciary, that is loyal to you. There are a lot of stockbrokers who will recommend another mutual fund, who will recommend another stock because they get a bigger payment with it. It doesn't mean it will go up in value.
Mm-hmm.
It may even stay level and you hardly make 1 or 2% on it, but the point is the stockbroker gets 5% commission, where to the point where you, on paying his commission, you're actually losing some of your principal in paying him. There's very little of that compared to 10, 15 years ago, but it still exists. Investors like yourself and me are getting started on all of this, and we're a little wise to it. This is why even Bitcoin, which I don't recommend, it's because of the risk factor. The risk factor is well above 60 or 70%.
Yeah.
And most middle class, working class, even high middle class people aren't in the market for losing money.
Mm-hmm.
Because it can all disappear as fast as you make it, and none of us want that to happen. Now, I also have some specific stocks that I would highly recommend that I've done research on to get you started. And again, you need diversity of topics. Now, first of all, as a broad policy, I'm not saying get out of technology, but don't have 50% of your portfolio in technology like we got away with during the pandemic, with everybody staying at home using computers. Technologies, you could almost pick any technology area, and it was going up like crazy. So please don't do that. But I do recommend a little diversity, just 5 stocks, and I'll tell you what they are as soon as we get back from our break. Stay with me. I want to introduce you to our main sponsor, Highland Plaza, located on US 1 on the east side of the Highland Drive traffic light. We even have our own left-hand turn lane. One of the places in there, the first one on the north side, is Easy Stop, and you will be surprised what competitive and beautiful prices they have. You should give it a shot. Also, Tony's Hairstyling Salon is ideal for the entire family at all ages. He and his wife have run a salon there for years with a huge following. Also, we want to tell you about La Taberna Restaurant. It has the freshest Mexican food in town and a well-experienced chef. You will be most surprised not only by the food, but the reasonable prices. Also, I want to tell you about the nail salon. It's Luxury Nails. Let me tell you, they do everything, both for walk-in clients and appointments. Appointments are really appreciated, but they treat all clients professionally. Now, I want to repeat to you, this is located on US 1, just east of Highland Drive at the traffic light. It's a beautiful yellow building with a maroon awning. We look forward to seeing you there. Come on over.
Get ready to experience the rhythm of a lifetime with On Your Feet, the electrifying Broadway musical celebrating the extraordinary journey of Emilio and Gloria Estefan. From humble beginnings in Cuba to global superstardom, their music transcended borders and inspired millions. Don't miss your chance to dance, laugh, and sing along with the music that defined a generation. On Your Feet, now playing at Vero's beautiful Riverside Theater. Get your best tickets now at the box office or riversidetheater.com.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats and chairs in all the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Riverside, Universal, Four Seasons, Braxton Color, and Capri. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of Berlin Gardens and Bollywood. wood. We specialize in fire pits, outdoor rugs, umbrellas, and replacement cushions. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza Vero Beach. Family owned and operated since 1991. Don't forget to visit our outlet store directly across the street, filled with lots of name brand closeouts and sale items. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Have a sunshine day. Sunshine.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
Hi, welcome back, everyone. Hey, I'm ready to mention some individual stocks for you, and they're just a few, but I feel they're the safest and the ones that I've invested in myself. But again, always go to your stockbroker to get the latest information. Something may happen that I don't know about yet. So you've got to get opinions from a lot of different people. Opinions from the magazines I mentioned, opinions from Google, opinions from your stockbroker, and you can take what I say as a starter, but it's by no means an end. I highly recommend right now Eli Lilly for a pharmaceutical company. Why? For the next 2 years, they seem to be ahead of everyone on developing cancer research and on coming out with pills for Alzheimer. So the next couple of years, I see that stock, after doing quite a bit of research, going up and up. There's nothing wrong with Pfizer. There's nothing wrong with Bristol Myers or others, but I'm trying to do research on which ones are going to be going strong in the near future. Pfizer was the strong stock during the pandemic simply because they came out with the vaccine for COVID. But now they've leveled off. And it's certainly not going to go down, but I don't recommend it right now to buy into it as a strong investment tool. This is what I mean by research. I strongly recommend Eli Lilly. Also, you need diversification. I recommend ExxonMobil. Now, ExxonMobil is buying out a research company, research developer called Pioneer Resources. And in June, they're buying it out. And if you have stock in Pioneer, which you can still buy, 2 shares plus of ExxonMobil will automatically be given to you for each share of Pioneer. So that's a good policy, and that's another example. That is fuel. Likewise, you should invest in a food company. You can invest in something like PepsiCo, which is snacks, food. You can, and so forth. So if you want more advice on individual ones, you can call me, but I strongly recommend that you call your broker and read the magazines. And I repeat, if you don't remember anything else from this presentation, keep your emotions out of it and do your research and make your decision on different topics. You can have as few as 4 or 5 stocks and have a lot of money in each one of them and really make money. So on that, folks, have a great week. And feel free, whether it's calling me, whether it's calling your brokers, or who, even talking to other people. Get all the information you can and be objective. Have a great week.